Դերելով իր կենսագրության մասին, կարծեմ ինքնալ դերելով իր խոսի, որոնք փորձենք անդերել են ամեն ինչ, կարծես ավելի Ամերիկայի մեջ պաշտոնական լեզուն է։ Ուրեմն, Harold Avedis DeMirjian received his formal education in the United States. He is a graduate of the University of Southern California School of Engineering with BS and MS degrees in petroleum exploration and production technology. He is a registered professional engineer. Mr. DeMirjian has worked for the Getty Oil Company and its predecessor for over 30 years. His last assignment was Manager of Operations of the International Oil and Gas Exploration and Production Division. He has also served as Vice President of 2 European subsidiaries of the Getty Oil Company. He has pioneered, developed, and refined a highly successful enhanced oil recovery process known as thermal recovery. He is retired since 1985. During recent years, he has consulted in energy technology and resources application fields. However, he spends most of his time for charitable and community projects in Southern California. After the big earthquake of Armenia in 1988, he visited the Republic of Armenia over 15 times. He supervised an international group funded through the USAID and charged to explore the oil and gas production potential of Armenia. He is a founding member of and treasurer of the ARPA Institute, has served on the boards of directors of the Haigazian University, Armenian Evangelical Schools of Southern California, and the United Armenian Congregational Church of Los Angeles, as well as on numerous committees of community organized action groups. He is a very active and supportive member of our board, and we always like to hear his opinion, so please.
Thank you, Avo. I wish I could talk in Armenian.
You can, but you don't.
Unfortunately, it would be very difficult. Perhaps it would be impossible. So I'm going to try to be as clear as possible speaking in English. And let me, at the outset, say that this is not going to be a very formal gathering, formal meeting. I am going to solicit opinions and inputs from everybody, but it will be more apparent after I get started. Now, I'm very, very proud to be a founding member of ARPA Institute. ARPA has done a tremendous job for the betterment of our compatriots in Armenia. And I am so glad that our direction is slightly changing, where we can be perhaps a little bit of value to our communities here in Southern California. So for that, I'm very happy. Now, as advertised, I'm going to investigate the desirability of uniting the Armenian communities in Southern California in a central council. We hope representatives from all of the prominent organizations in Southern California to participate. But there will be some who probably will not. But that should not deter us from our objective. Second, I'm going to try to outline a course of action. And then, lastly, but not the least importantly, I'd like to recruit the cooperation, the volunteer involvement of our community leaders who have the pulse of our community in Los Angeles, who can work with us to achieve this very difficult objective. Now, let me say that there are those who have the opinion that this is a very difficult job. And then there are those who believe it's an impossible job. I wholeheartedly agree with those who say it's a very difficult job, but I will not agree with anyone who says it's impossible till we have tried our best. After we have tried our best and we find it, we haven't accomplished anything, then I'll probably agree that it's impossible, but not till then. So, let me start by saying that I landed in Los Angeles about 60 years ago. 60 years ago, Los Angeles had a population of less than 2 million. Of those 2 million, 5,000 or 6,000 were Armenians. Now, don't take these figures to be absolute true. They are close, but I'm not absolutely certain. But order of magnitude-wise, I'm correct. These 5,000 or 6,000 Armenians were not as visual as we are today. They were here at a time when things were much more difficult than they are now. Primarily, they had come to a strange country. Their immediate objective was to blend in this community and become Americanized as fast as possible. Today, I think I am, and there are a lot like me who are proud to be recognized as Armenians in this country. And that is a tremendous achievement on our part. Today, there are estimates of the number of Armenians in Los Angeles, and again, I don't know exactly the number, but I know one thing for sure, that the city of Los Angeles is the second city with the highest concentration of Armenians in the diaspora after Moscow. I have heard numbers. We had a professor who talked about demographics. I have heard numbers of up to 1.2 million Armenians in the United States. And I think those figures are what he gave us. Of these 100, it is my estimate that there are at least 300,000 or so in this Southern California area. So it is time that we as Armenians get organized officially and properly, to have a little bit more say in the local politics, to have ways of communicating with our counterparts other places, to have representation, and so on and so forth. Now, there are people who think that there is such an organization in existence already, and that person is, I think, Harit Sasunyan, a friend of mine. If this organization exists, I have never been invited to be part of it, or I don't know of anybody else except one organization which is specifically put together to celebrate or to commemorate the April 25th genocide commemoration. There's a committee particularly organized for that effort. Other than that, I don't know who. There is the United Armenia Fund, which only has partial representation, not total representation of all the Armenians. So it's time to think about organizing the Southern California United